I'm a little bit bored and I'm kicking time before the FA Cup kicks off. And for the record, I don't support either Newcastle or Manchester United, but you know what? Lockdown and the virus means that I can actually watch football on the BBC. Yay. Is it Portsmouth? No. Is Portsmouth on the TV next week in the playoffs? Yes. Can I watch it? No, because I don't have BT or whatever it's on. Can't win. So I thought, I look at the book I've mentioned, and I don't always look at this, but I don't want to sound like a know, but I tend to remember dates better than most. And Wikipedia have got like June pages and month pages for months and every year. So let's have a look. But I thought to myself, well, today is the 80th anniversary of the Germans attacking the Channel Islands for reasons best known to themselves. Despite the fact the islands were demilitarised by the British a few days previous, the Germans bombed St. Peter Port on Guernsey and Laruk and St. Helier on Jersey, a combined death toll of 42. It shot the Channel Islands. When I was Googling this for my Facebook update, things that I do for history, as I say, no one really pays any attention to. There was a news headline that says Nazi unprovoked attack. Try and find it now. On Jersey and Guernsey. Where is it? There you are. Raid on Channel Islands, and then the subheadline is Nazis attack defenceless people, and then it says bullet swept streets. No reason for it. The Germans probably thought that the British were lurking in the shadows. But what is curious, I find, is that on a piece dated June 28th by the Associated Press, where is it? If you forgive me, chaps, it looks like I'm one of those idiots on Saturday Night Live reading a cue card. The headline says, Channel Islands demilitarised June 28th, today, the day of the attack. And it says, the British Home Office announced tonight that it had decided to demilitarise the British Channel Islands near the French coast, and that all armed forces and equipment had been withdrawn from them. So maybe, in the days before Twitter and the internet and everything spread news like wildfire, the Germans simply didn't realise they had been demilitarised. And they landed 2 days later to commence the occupation. Also, what I like is that I don't know which newspaper that appeared in, but British people needed to be reminded that the islands are where they are. But then again, Mrs. Thatcher didn't immediately realise how far away the Falklands were in 1982, 8,000 miles. Now, according to my old book, quite a lot seemed to have happened on the 28th, or at least there's a couple of pages. So, in Libya, the Italian Governor-General, Italo Balbo, is killed by his own anti-aircraft guns while flying over Tobruk. That's the Italian war effort in a nutshell. De Gaulle's recognised as the leader of France, in London at any rate. The French National Committee was founded 6 days ago. Where is it? He said the French National Committee will take under its jurisdiction all French citizens at present on British territory, and will assume the direction of all military and administrative bodies who are now or may be in the future in this country. The war is not lost, the country is not dead, hope is not extinct. Vive la France. And on the 28th also, the Red Army forced Romanians to give up the rich provinces of Bessarabia, northern Bukovina throughout the day. And there's a fear that Bulgaria and Hungary will take advantage of Romania's weaknesses. So it still all go on the 28th of June. And the curious thing is that Operation Ariel, though it had more or less wound down by the 25th of June, had an unofficial aftermath. Historians reckon by the 14th of August, which is a considerable distance away as hard as it feels, over 190,000 troops and civilians were evacuated from French ports after Operation Dynamo. The evacuation of the BEF from Dunkirk ended on 4th of June, almost a month ago already. So, and at the same time, Hitler's probably sitting in Germany thinking, which by the way, I believe is 2 or 3 days into a 10-day celebration. At the same time, France is in a 10-day mourning. I laugh because I don't know how it works in an occupied country. So Hitler's probably thinking to himself, nice, I've just rolled out Europe, but those bastard British are holding out on me. Hitler, I think, still had ideas of peace with Britain. I think he would have had a stronger hand had by the 4th of June either the BEF had been rolled up or Halifax had become Prime Minister in early May instead of Churchill. And the intriguing thing is where as you see in Darkest Hour, as I say Halifax became Prime Minister, when would he have made peace before Dunkirk even happened? As troops started to fall back into Dunkirk, there was Halifax in the War Cabinet and others saying, well, maybe we should talk to Hitler through Mussolini and what have you. What ifs I find awfully fascinating because they could have happened. Some of them are a bit far-fetched. The further into the war you go, I think there's some people who sort of think that, the Battle of the Bulge, if it had been successful, the Germans could have captured Danzig. Well, what after that? What were they going to do? Certainly, if the Battle of the Bulge had not happened, it's possible that the units involved would have been better used on the Eastern Front, which by that point was Germany, and could have at least held up the Russian advance by a month or so. Not much, because the Russians were not stopping for anyone other than... So, that's the 28th of June. Not much going on otherwise, it seems. But Britain is preparing for invasion. As I say, it was a very serious threat even to a lot of people in 1940, even though hindsight historically shows us that possibly it wasn't a serious enough threat, in the sense that, was Hitler serious about it? Were the Germans even... the armed forces seemed to be against the idea or not have their full heart into it. So, I've got another one coming, which I made a few days ago, which is a bit meandering in the middle, but that'll be for the 80th anniversary of the start of the occupation of the Channel Islands on the 30th of June, and then I got one for, what day will it be? Friday, which is the 80th anniversary of the attack on the French fleet at Mercer Kabir. And we'll see how many mispronunciations of it I can do in a video, unfortunately. So yeah, thanks awfully, chaps, as always.